Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE Monday Night Raw broadcast live last night on USA Network from the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio. In the main event, Drew McIntyre defeated Finn Balor.
Balor drives McIntyre into the corner. McIntyre collapses. He's in the drop zone.
This is what happens when Judgment Day isn't barred from ringside.
Yeah, a little preview perhaps of what could happen on Saturday. Claymore! From out of nowhere by McIntyre! McIntyre with the win! Here is your winner, Drew McIntyre!
Per a stipulation of the match, Judgment Day will now be banned from ringside during McIntyre's match against World Champion Damian Priest at Clash at the Castle. World Tag Team Champions Miz and R-Truth retained against the Authors of Pain. Also on the show, Braun Breaker defeated Ilya Dragunov and then tried to spear him through the barricade. Ricochet made the save but was later beaten up by Breaker backstage and taken off in an ambulance. In other results, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark beat Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Sami Zayn pinned Otis, and Io Sky beat Lyra Valkyria. Damage Control attacked Valkyria after the match, but Katana Chance and Caden Carter made the save. The team of Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Braun Strowman topped Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Carlito, thanks in part to Dominic being distracted by Liv Morgan. In ratings news, SmackDown drew a total audience of 2.207 million viewers to Fox last Friday, according to WrestleNomics. That's down from the previous weekend's audience of 2.310 million. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a .61, also down from the previous week's .65 rating. AEW Rampage drew an audience of 265,000 back at its normal time slot last Friday night on TNT, according to WrestleNomics. That's roughly the same as the previous week's episode, despite the fact the episode was preempted. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a .09, also holding steady with the week before. And in injury news, Dax Harwood of FTR is out for the foreseeable future, according to a social media post yesterday. Harwood has reportedly been ordered by AEW medical staff to come off the road in order for his back to heal. He initially injured it during the ladder match against the Young Bucks at Dynasty, but continued to work through it until injuring it further during last week's FTR match against the Blackpool Combat Club. A timetable for Harwood's return was not given. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.